back to my channel. Welcome to the start of another weekly vlog. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day whenever you've decided to click on this video. It is a Monday for me. It is around 2 p.m. and I don't want to say just getting my day started, but I did definitely have a slow start to my Monday. Kind of a weird day, it being the 3rd, the day before the 4th of July. I had to request off of work. We didn't get off today. You know what I mean. We didn't have the day off. I am basically free today and tomorrow, which is super exciting and definitely something I kind of need given the amount of stuff that I have to get done. I'm sure y'all saw in that little opening scene, I am taking care of a lot of cats this week. I talked about it a little bit in last week's vlog. I will leave a link to that in the description down below, but I'm in charge of taking care of my sister's cats and my 4 cats. So 6 cats in one house is a lot. Also, Hayden has been in and out of the house running different errands and things. So I'm also taking care of the dogs and it's just a lot. It's a lot of animals. Everyone's doing really well. I don't want to say surprisingly, everyone is doing very, very well, given, the chaos of the circumstances. A lot to deal with. And I didn't realize how much of my day would be taken up by caring for all of these animals, which was probably pretty stupid of me not to realize that. But really my main priorities are to film videos and read books. I know, shocking, surprising. I am posting a video this Wednesday, 6 small town romance recommendations, which I'm excited about, but I need to sit down and film that tomorrow on the 4th, preferably before fireworks start, so that won't be in the background of the video, but I need to film that video. I also want to work on getting some stuff taken care of so that whenever I go to Disney next Friday, I will have everything just sorted and ready to go. I really hate leaving on a vacation, having to edit while I'm gone or worry about getting books read for videos. I just want to enjoy that vacation, which is going to be kind of hard given how fucking hot it's going to be. I'm very excited about the trip, but it is going to be ungodly hot. Trying to make sure that I have all my videos squared away. I might actually also do a little bit of packing and planning for Disney, not get my suitcase out kind of packing, but just setting aside the shirts and things I'm going to bring so that I don't have to do laundry twice before I go on vacation. I'm also considering buying a couple of more t-shirts on Etsy because I was realizing I don't know that I have enough stuff to get me through that amount of hot and sweaty days. Hop on Etsy and get some stuff and I'll show y'all, whatever I buy if I do that. And then I'm also hoping to get some books read this week that are not for videos. I mentioned last week that I am working on a list video where I read the 40 most popular books from a Goodreads list, a list video, things I do here on this channel. And I have read a few of the books. I read a few of the books in the last video, and this week I think I want to finish The Perfect Marriage, which I started last week, and then I think I also might start the audiobook for Spare. I attempted to start to listen to that book last week, but I realized I couldn't listen to that one on 3 times speed, which is my normal listening speed for books. I'm gonna put it off because I know it's a long audiobook and having to listen to it at a slower speed isn't really motivating for me. Hoping I can passively listen to that during the week and kind of let you know my thoughts and feelings. I obviously have heard the clips on TikTok that have gone viral on
my penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive
narration, so I'm curious to see honestly how I feel about this. I don't have any negative or ill feelings towards Meghan and Harry, so I'm assuming it's gonna be a fun time, at least an interesting / enlightening time. So I'm gonna probably listen to that, and then if I have any time for working on all that stuff, I might pick up a romance or something. I have really been craving, y'all, fantasy romance books. I was looking at Goodreads and I'm thinking I might pick up Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. I got a physical copy of that in the mail from Bloom, I believe, which shout out to Bloom for sending me that. I actually have another Bloom book right here that I just got. I think I might pick up Bewitched. Am I gonna read a fantasy romance? I don't know. I think after Fourth Wing, even though that wasn't my perfect fantasy romance, I am kind of tempted to read more going forward. So yeah, lots of things. But the reason I'm in the car in the first place is that I am going to pick up some paperwork so that I can sell my old car. I'm not looking forward to that. None of it, getting the paperwork or the selling process, but I need to get the ball rolling. Wheels rolling? Ha! Okay. Shit. Also, Wednesday, it's blood test day, baby. So trying to stay hydrated so that my veins are easy to find and so I don't have a freak out panic attack when I get my blood drawn. Okay, I'll be back. As you just saw, Hayden and I popped into Amy's and got some ice cream. The dinner was much smaller than I had anticipated and I was quite hungry, so I was ice cream. Hayden's also popping into crumbl to get himself a cookie. I did want to update you. I guess I'm not really going to talk in depth about this book in this video. I'm going to be doing a series reread of the Fall Away series by Penelope Douglas on my Patreon. But I did, I guess, want to let you know that that's what I'm reading. I've just been feeling so compelled lately to read romance series. Like, I just want to dive into something, get attached to it, and I feel like in the fall I'm really into like a whole fantasy series vibe. In the summer I want like a good romance series to sink my teeth into and just like get attached to a particular world. Now that it's like not real life, this is a contemporary romance series, but like 20% into Bully, and I guess I could just give you my update here, right? This story is about Jared and Tate. Tate is bullied by Jared multiple years in high school. I think he's the same age as her. Once upon a time they were friends, they lived next door to each other, but he has ruthlessly like teased her, bullied her. Not done anything, like, my humble opinion, super terrible, but he has definitely made her life a little bit hellish. And now that she is back from a study abroad year, she went on her junior year, she is like, she has this newfound confidence. She wants to have a good senior year, and so she is kind of like fighting back against her bully, and I love it. It reminds me in some ways of Punk 57, which I think makes sense given that this is a book written by the same author, and it is a book that was written before Punk 57, so it's interesting to see how Penn's writing has grown over time and like changed over time, and how simple the writing is in this book, but how effective it is at getting me to care about the characters. So, you know, I'm having a good time. It's exactly what I needed. I had like started this, I want to say a few weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, put it down because I had like other obligations for videos, but you know what? If there's one thing I want to do this summer, it is just like enjoy shit. You know, there's a lot of other things outside of my control right now, and if I can control what I read and control my enjoyment, I'm gonna do that. And by that I mean like I want to do more rereads of things that I know I love and just indulge in that, because I feel like I never get to treat myself to a reread. So anything else exciting that happened today? Oh, I let the kittens meet Teddy, and it was the cutest shit that I've ever seen. I should have gotten footage of it, and maybe I will, like, next time I let them like hang out again. But Sully like sidled up to Teddy and like got in his face and was just so freaking precious. I was really surprised too. Like, I expected there to be maybe a little bit of apprehension on the part of Teddy, or that he would hiss or something, or just like express any sort of discomfort, and I didn't notice any of that. He was like very intrigued by the kittens, but he definitely left them alone and didn't like try to play rough with them or anything. It was so precious, and I'm really excited to see like their relationship and bond grow. I am taking it slow, obviously, with intros. I have not tried to intro them to Pepper. I just know Teddy and I know how he is with other cats. So seeing them just interact is so precious. Obviously I'm not gonna like let them out full time anytime soon, just because they are so little and they could get into things that they shouldn't be able to get into or hurt themselves. So they're still very much like chilling, mostly in our bedroom, but giving them a little bit of like room to explore, supervised, and also get to like meet Teddy. It's been a good day. Like I said earlier, most of my days lately have been just like making sure that these cats are well taken care of, having a good time. And today, you know, I got to watch Teddy and Toby and Honey play as well, which was nice. I also went get some paperwork, which was, you know, super fun. I did get the paperwork. I'm a little bit pissed, honestly. CarMax was telling me that I needed to like come and grab this piece of paper that they literally could have emailed me. I did get it, and so I can now successfully, hopefully, sell my car, which would be really nice, because having a car in my driveway that I don't drive is irritating. I was waiting for the car alarm to go off, and what perfect timing, because now we have Hayden here.
You know what would be really sick?
What?
If we could figure out how to use this camera to record.
There's like a camera within the Tesla that apparently like records you. I don't really know. I think it's supposed to be for like driver habit tracking or something like that. Like, they haven't utilized it yet, but
I think
it's
it might
here.
also be like security purpose, like if
That
your
too
car gets like
gets
broken into. Yeah.
There's multiple uses. Why don't you show the people what crumble cookie you got? I was like on the fence. I almost got the birthday cake, but I was like, you know what? I got ice cream. I was gonna eat it like later, but I don't think those reheat very well.
I got, it's hard to see, but the cowboy cookie. It's got...
I'll bring them in.
It's got oatmeal, chocolate chips, and pecans, and coconut.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds like something that I might be taking a bite of. We shall see.
Psych.
Oh, I did buy additional Disney t-shirts because I was struggling to like figure out what the fuck I'm wearing to Disney. My mom was like, you need to keep your shoulders covered because you're so pale. And you know what? She was right. I had purchased 2 t-shirts previously and they're so comfy and I'm really glad that I bought them. And then I was like, I don't really have anything else to wear, and we're gonna be there for 3 park days, 2 travel days. So I bought 4 t-shirts. We're also going to Disney in October, so like, you know, I can use them again. And also,
yeah, you're just a full-blown Disney adult.
I'm just a t-shirt girly, is what I was going to say. But sure, a Disney adult, I'll take it. At this point, I'll fucking take it.
The only thing that's stopping you from being a Disney adult is that you're like not invested in any of the Disney characters.
Or the movies. That's the thing.
That's
like,
what I mean. Yeah,
I think you have to like enjoy more than just the parks to be a full-blown Disney adult. And it's not that I don't enjoy some Disney movies.
And nothing against Disney adults, you know?
Yeah.
You have your fun, you know?
Yeah, but I just like, I don't care about the movies. I don't like catch up on all the latest releases.
I can't remember the last Disney movie that I saw, including like the brands that Disney has purchased.
Probably Toy Story 3. I remember seeing that in theater, and that's like the last Disney
I did
movie.
see that movie, yeah.
100%. Actually, I might have seen that with you.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
I think we did. We're definitely dating. While Hayden looks at his...
Well, I think I burned my thumb somehow.
On what?
Well, no, it was on bacon.
Oh, you burn it on the bacon.
Well, bacon grease popped onto my thumb.
Oh, okay.
I was like holding the pan to move it like this, and it...
Splattered. Oh, I don't like that noise. Oh, are you excited for the next DBBC?
Sure.
Hayden's in the middle of like reading a book and he doesn't really want to like pause his book to read Actor A.G. Brown, which is going to be the DBBC you're going to be seeing at the end of the month, but we're excited about it. Also, again, not to plug the Patreon too hard, but if you also want to see an additional DBBC where we read Morning Glory Milking Farm, it's happening this month. So I'm not saying you should sign up, but I'm saying you should sign up.
I would agree. Yeah. That one's going to be a real banger.
And the cool thing about that is that we can be as explicit as we want. And I feel like previously I've had to tone down some of our language usage.
Mostly my language usage.
Yeah. But I'm not going to have to do that. And we're going to talk about all the minotaur milking that our heart desires.
I can't go too hard, though, because it will be difficult for me to get back the muscle memory of like reining it back in, so you don't have to like edit out everything that I say.
Yeah, I already have to do that, so I think it'll be okay.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Anyway, we're going to head home. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. What are we even doing tomorrow? Oh, it's the 4th of July. I guess we're gonna do some gardening. He's so looking forward to it. He loves gardening. I just need some work. I was here to update the people, and by that I mean, y'all, she got her blood drawn. I lived to see another day, and I'm kind of proud of myself.
Well, I'm very proud of you. You did very well.
Even though they took all of my fucking blood.
They really,
they drained me.
I didn't want to say anything to her because she wasn't, looking at the time.
Yeah,
but
eyes
when
were
I
closed
saw
the entire time.
How many vials there were and how big they were, I was like, is that safe?
Yeah, so for those who have also never gotten their blood drawn, a couple of y'all were asking to kind of detail the experience and kind of how it went. I went to this place that only does blood draws, that's all they do, with Hayden, waited in a waiting room. They called me back. I straight up told them I might pass out. They were like, okay, cool, we're gonna lay you down, and they didn't give me the inexperienced person to draw my blood.
There was one person who was still in school who was training.
Yeah, once they heard that, she was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to watch this one. And I was like, cool, because no offense, everybody has to learn. I just don't think I'm the person that should be learned on at this point in my life.
The thing is they still would have let her do it. She backed out herself.
And I appreciate that. Got someone very experienced. She didn't tell me when she was doing it. That's the only thing that I think I would have preferred is for her to give me a little bit of advance notice. I kind of knew it was coming because I closed my eyes. She had the little band thing around my arm to find the vein. She had done the alcohol swab, so I knew it was coming. But I kind of wish I had gotten a little bit of okay, 1, 2, 3, or breathe in and then I'll do it when you breathe out or something like that. That didn't happen, but I don't know, it wasn't terrible.
Oh, it's kind of better for me if I don't know exactly when it's coming, because it's you focus on the feeling or anticipate it more when you know exactly when it's happening, you know what to look for.
I think everybody reacts differently to things.
Sure.
Some people want to look the entire time. I'm not someone who wanted to look necessarily, but I do like knowing what's going on to my body. So I think I would have preferred that personally. The only thing, it did hurt a tiny bit, not a ton. It was more uncomfortable because they were frequently having to switch to different vials, and you do feel a little bit of a tug as they're moving the tube or whatever to a new vial. And holy fuck, it lasted forever. And I was like, is this in my head? But no, I could tell they were taking so much fucking blood from me. And then once I was done and sat up, I saw she could barely hold in one hand or in two hands all of the blood she'd taken from me, and I was like, good god, what do you need that for? Because I know that they're doing 3 tests. They're doing a carrier test to make sure we don't have any genetic things that we'd pass on to a kid, also infectious disease panel, make sure that we don't have any infectious diseases to pass on, and then they were also going to test me for PCOS. I thought initially that they were going to test me on day 3 of my cycle to get sort of a baseline of my LH and FH, but apparently if you have PCOS, none of that fucking matters. So they instead just tested me for PCOS. They looked at my ovaries whenever I was at my appointment, and it was very clear that I have cysts on my ovaries, but I think they want to see the severity to see if I have insulin resistance or how high my androgen levels are, and I think that will maybe impact the drugs that they give me, though I think regardless the procedure is still similar. They're going to probably put me on a round of hormonal birth control before I start taking the drugs to stimulate them follicles. Yeah, they took a lot of fucking blood, more than I expected for the test that they were running. They didn't run like a full blood panel on me, as in like cholesterol and like all of that shit. So I was just surprised that they would need that much blood to just run the 3 things I needed to run.
Mm-hmm. So for me, they only are testing for infectious disease and like genetic stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you that since I just had those 2, they took 2 of the big vials, and then I think 1 of the small ones.
Yours didn't take very
long.
The
genetic carrier thing is only 1 vial. It's just 1 of the small vials.
I know, because it comes in the box.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I mean,
mine didn't obviously take that long. It doesn't take that long to
it
blood,
did.
But it took longer than I anticipated, and so that wasn't my favorite.
I have gotten my blood taken more times than I can count in my life.
with the cancer. And
I can tell you that was a very long time, and that was
a
lot of blood to have taken at one time. Like, I was like, oh my goodness.
I did it.
I've never had that much blood taken before.
And hopefully that'll be the only time they have to take that much. Because I think, like, the only other times I'm gonna be getting regular blood draws are for just testing how I'm responding to the drugs. And I God fucking hope, God willing, it would only be, like, 1 vial, you know?
Yeah.
Because they have to take it from you either every day or every other day for 2 weeks. Like, I just don't think, like...
It's just a lot of time.
That too, yeah. Well, like, having to sit around and wait, and I just...
Yeah, and then get
not
it done.
looking forward to it. And I'm pretty sure our clinic specifically was like, yeah, you need to make sure whenever you're, like, in the midst of it, that you get those panels done, or not panels, but, like, you get that blood draw. Before 8:30 fucking a.m. Well, I wake up at 8. I did it. So, if I can do it, then you can do it. Did I...
She was very good.
I did feel a little bit faint afterwards. I was laying down. I didn't feel terrible while it was happening. My eyes were closed. I was looking towards the wall. Not looking. I mean, like, my head was just turned towards the wall. And I was really focusing on my breathing, which I would definitely recommend. Just focus on your breathing. Maybe listen to music or, like, have an audiobook in or something. I do wish, like, especially since it took so long, that I had...
That there was, like, something else going on.
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't want to say self-injure myself, but I was like going like this with my fingernail on this hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to like cause myself pain, I guess, so like I wouldn't focus on that.
Oh.
I
thought you meant, whenever you said that, I thought you meant that you like caused some kind of like lasting injury by doing that. You were like, I kind of self-injured myself because I was doing this and then I ended up like cutting my own finger.
Trying to think of a way to say it. It wasn't self-harm. I was just like trying to focus the pain elsewhere. And that's a very common tactic, especially giving birth. I've heard some people do this thing called combs, where you get like, you know, like a hair comb, like how they kind of hurt. Holding combs in your hand during contractions to like...
Interesting.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a common technique, and it is something that I do typically when I'm getting vaccines. Not something I'm super conscious of, but typically when I get vaccines, I do that.
For me personally, and I know that it's like kind of different because it's like a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But I would rather get blood drawn than give a shot.
It definitely hurts less.
A lot less than getting a shot.
And I'm not sore, so that's nice. Because you know you're kind of sore because it's intramuscular whenever you get. Anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't really have the soreness.
It's not that bad. You can do it. Oh, I was gonna say I was feeling a little bit faint afterwards, not during, but afterwards, just because of the adrenaline. So I had some Coke and I just like laid there for a while just to kind of like center myself. When I felt ready, I sat up. I didn't stand up, I sat up, and it like leaned up against the wall and then just kind of like again sat, and I was fine.
Would you say that you felt more or less faint after this than when you get shots? Because I know that you feel faint typically after
about the same.
Getting shots.
And that's the thing, guys, I'm like not necessarily scared of needles.
You just work yourself up about it.
I just work myself up about a lot of things, and so you know, I just I know myself, and I just try to, you know, take precautions. So anyway, we got cookies again. I know we got cookies yesterday.
Well, I got cookie yesterday.
I got cookie today, and she's beautiful. I got a birthday cake cookie because I don't...
Be careful with those sprinkles. You can hear them rolling around in there.
It's my car, and I can get sprinkles where I want. I was going to say, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Rami Malek SNL skit where he's like on good behavior and he deserves a cookie or a toy, but you should I reference it frequently, and this is the cookie that I got for being on good behavior today.
Yeah.
So
it's a birthday cake.
Birthday cake. It's patriotic. It's very like dense, which I wasn't expecting. Let's see.
Have you had that before? Birthday
cake? the cookie's more crumbly though.
Oh, interesting. It's like kind of a different texture cookie. It does look like you said, denser, like more biscuity.
I think also it might be just cooked more. They're usually a little soft in the center.
Mine's less exciting because I just got the exact same cookie that I got last time because it was so incredibly good. Like, this is my kind of cookie for sure. Just like the smell of that. Give it a whiff.
I actually like the sprinkles. I think they add a nice texture.
It's like a little like... You see what I mean? It's like...
She smells good.
She's got like kind of a little cinnamon as well. I really love the combination of like cinnamon and pecans and coconut. Like all of that is just... Ooh.
One done. that I will mention, since we're on the topic of IVF stuff, and then I can just like timestamp this and not talk about it again this vlog. Well, because I just like don't want people to have to sit through this stuff if it's triggering to them or if they don't want to.
Yeah, for sure.
So one thing that's been on my mind as I'm like constantly thinking about, not constantly thinking about, but after the PCOS diagnosis, I've really been considering like how I want to treat my body. I was already thinking about this year, kind of when I suspected that I might have PCOS or like something wrong with me. I've been wanting to treat my body better for like so many reasons, but now with this like PCOS stuff, it's definitely become like more top of mind that I want to make sure that I am healthy going into a potential pregnancy. I'm not going to completely change myself, but also I don't eat very well at the moment. You know, I think with PCOS, you're a higher risk for like gestational diabetes and just hypertension and stuff like during pregnancy. And I would prefer not to have those things. So I should probably stop eating shit like this. But on that note, I am going to hork this as a treat. I don't really have any book updates. I did start Spare today, but I don't really have thoughts yet. Oh, and I started Octopus book. We'll talk about it later. I haven't gotten very far. I need to sit with my thoughts and feelings more.
Speaking of book updates, and also like going back to your saying that like, you know, you'll timestamp the IVF stuff just in case, you know, it's kind of like triggering to someone. I knew immediately that we were in a different world of books when I started finally listening to Act Your Age. And it literally starts out with, you know, this book might be potentially triggering, like it features some like ableism and some like anti-autistic sentences or something like that, so if that bothers you, then don't listen. Wow, I know that we're in a whole new world now.
Compared to Credence, you mean?
Yeah, this is a different land, I think, from any of the books that I've read for TPPC, honestly.
I'm excited to talk about it with you, so I guess I need to read it. That'll be coming in a couple weeks, so we're gonna go home and I'll update you about the octopuses soon. You know, it's like right as I sit down, they want to play in the crinkly tunnel. Happy Friday, my friends. How are we doing? I am doing good. Last time we talked, it was Wednesday, and I had got my blood drawn, and I was hanging out with Hayden, and we were getting treats to treat ourselves. Thursday, what did I do? It was a busy fucking day. Oh, I met with a Bookstagram friend in person, which was really nice. Something that I don't often do. I don't often, meet people from the internet, and I also don't often, like, talk or hang out with anyone in real life. So that was nice. It was really nice. I went to dinner with my friend Danielle. I'll link her in the description. If you want to go check out her Instagram, you should. We talked about YouTube. We talked about a bunch of different things, and it was really nice. So I went to dinner with her last night, but since I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, to get anywhere takes a while, and so I feel like that took up a good portion of my day, and I didn't really do much else. Like, I did that. I, worked, because, employment's fun, and I did read a little bit, but nothing for this particular video, so I don't really have anything, like, fun and exciting to share, which is, like, not, the best, given that this is a weekly vlog where I'm supposed to be sharing, like, fun, exciting updates. Something that's, like, both kind of exciting and sad, I guess. It's really neither of those things. My sister's cats went home yesterday, which was, sad because I love her cats and it was fun having them here, but also nice because now I feel like I can kind of get my life back in order. I feel like these vlogs and just life in general has been both good and challenging lately. I have been going on a bunch of semi back-to-back vacations, like not back-to-back enough to where I immediately land and go somewhere else, but back-to-back enough to where like I cannot get back into a routine and a schedule that my mind and my like mental health really likes. There's been like a week or a week and a half between each of these vacations, and like obviously I feel very lucky and blessed to be able to like go on all of these vacations, but also it's driving me a little bit nuts. This is the best I felt lately in this whole like, time period of chaos, but I also still would prefer some semblance of normalcy. That is not going to happen until after next week, so I'm leaving next Friday to go to Disney, like I've mentioned. Very much looking forward to it despite the heat, and should be good. Also, I just feel like my life's a little bit of a mess, though my sister's cat's going home, making my life feel a little bit more normal. I'm trying to like get back into a routine with the cats and get my older cats back into kind of the schedule that they've become accustomed to. They personally really like making noise, apparently, when I'm doing my makeup and vlogging, but I was gonna say they really like their morning routine, which is typically like coming into our bedroom in the morning to get rubs, pets, but they haven't been doing that lately because like the kittens are in this area, so we let them in this morning, which was really sweet. Last night they played with the kittens as well, my big cats, and it was just really nice. It feels nice to like finally kind of sort of have my life together. It'll be much better though when I come back from Disney. I am very much looking forward to like figuring my life out, getting back on my like semi-healthy fit girl shit. Like, y'all, I walked at like a medium intensity every single day for 2 months, and that just completely stopped once I started going on like these trips and stuff. So I'm ready to get back to that and like feel like I'm actually treating myself with respect, because that just really has been happening. In terms of reading updates, I got a little bit farther in Spare and a little bit farther in Remarkably Bright Creatures. I don't feel like I don't have that much to say. I'll talk about Remarkably Bright Creatures though, because I have started that. Spare, I'm gonna be honest, like it did not immediately draw me in, so I'm kind of just like whatever about it. But Remarkably Bright Creatures is about an octopus captivity and a woman who is a janitor at the aquarium or whatever where this octopus is staying. Octopus has thoughts and a mind of his own, and like it seems to me that this is a little bit based off of, was it like a documentary or a movie? I don't know. You know, the one about the octopus that like, you know, you find out the octopuses are smart. That's kind of what this is. It's about the main character. I think her name's like Tova or something. Her husband passed away and she's just trying to like find things to do. I don't know that she like has to work, but she's trying to find things to do, and she has some like annoying friends who are also in her life and are telling her like, oh, you shouldn't work, working's stupid. So that's fun. I don't know. I feel like I have nothing profound to say about this book. It's a literary fiction book, and like, what do I know about literary fiction? Absolutely fucking nothing. Kind of wonder why this book was written, and not in a mean way, but it's like, if media already exists about a subject and it becomes really popular, it seems like there tend to be a lot of clones because of that, right? And that makes sense to an extent, but I feel like I'd rather just like watch the original about the octopus and not read this. I'm not saying that they're like related in any sense, or that like, you know, the author was inspired by that, but it's hard to believe that she wouldn't be, right? I don't know. Octopi. I know it's octopi, but octopuses sounds more fun to me. Octopusy sounds even better, okay? It's a book. It's a book that I'm listening to and I'm not hating. It's not terrible. I had to read a book for the book of the month list video I did a year or two ago that got horrible views and really wasn't worth the time, to be honest, where I had to read a book about like this logger, like that was his job. He was married to this woman who like wanted to have kids but just had like recurrent pregnancy loss, and she was a midwife, and it was fucking bleak. It was not fun. Anytime I think about literary fiction, I go back to that book and like the fact that I didn't finish it, and also that it was torturous to try to get myself through that. That's sort of like the mindset I go into whenever I read these. Like, is this going to really suck? And this is not really sucking, so that's nice. Exciting though, I'm pretty sure that one of the pairs of ears that I bought for Disney just came in. I showed y'all, I think last week, a couple of the pairs that I bought to like match t-shirts, but I did buy like a generic, I guess you could say, pair of ears. This is what they look like. I will just insert it now so I don't have to like come back and show you. Aren't these cute? I got Louis Vuitton inspired ears or whatever. I had seen influencer girly wear these with like a really cute outfit at Disney. I'm sure she didn't go in the crack of fucking summer, but she looked super cute, and I was like, you know what? Am I basic? Yeah. Am I gonna get these ears? Absolutely. So I like these. I feel like I can pair them with a bunch of different things, which is nice. I feel like I kind of made a mistake in getting ears that are less versatile for some of my other looks, but it's fine. I don't know that I'm really gonna be wearing ears every day anyway, considering how hot it is. I'll probably be wearing like a hat. And I actually did buy some hats with ears, so those will be coming in soon. Y'all, am I going full fucking Disney adult? That's okay. In other news, and exciting news, maybe it's exciting to y'all, maybe it's not, but y'all did ask for some updates. Two of you probably asked for updates. Part of the reason I haven't been reading much is because I've been writing. What? I've been writing? I have not written in months at this point. I got 25% into my first book, technically the second book in a series, but the first book that I've ever written, and it was going well. I really liked it, but some shit went down, mostly fertility stuff, and I just like kind of put my book to the wayside, which I think I mentioned in the Q&A, but I have finally started writing again. I found some like inspiration. I always find inspiration when driving, but I was very inspired to kind of rewrite the first chapter and sort of like rework part of my book. I guess I could kind of tell you about that and or tell you a little bit about the premise of it if you don't know. So it is a vampire romance. You shocked? Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. It's me. I love vampires. If you didn't know, a vampire bitch. I feel like I don't read a lot of paranormal now on my channel, but like very much a paranormal bitch. It was my origin, like it is for a lot of people, right? But I'm writing a vampire romance series, 3 books. Already have the first 3 kind of like generally outlined. The second book is the one I'm writing first just because of POV and like ease reasons. I don't want to get into the details of that, but this book is a vampire romance. It is a semi-second chance / boyfriend's brother romance. So it's very Scandi, very dramatic, very like melodramatic, very fun. And initially I had thought like, okay, I want my heroine to be likable and I like want her plight to be something that's like maybe semi-relatable. So I'm going to make it to where the, you know, boyfriend that she currently has, she breaks up with him and then 6 months later she starts like developing feelings for his brother. Not a biological brother, but like a brother in spirit sort of thing. That was fun, but I was realizing as I was writing my book that it felt a little low stakes. Like I've had fun writing it and I feel like the writing itself is not terrible. Definitely needs work, and I've already thought of the things that I like want to edit, change, add, whatever. But I just kept thinking to myself, this feels kind of low stakes. Okay, they've spent 6 months apart. Why would this be dramatic? Like it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And then I was like, wait, what if the opening chapter we have a breakup? She's like dumping her current boyfriend, and then I don't want to say immediately you know, goes for the brother, because that's not really how, you know, the story goes down. It's more complicated than that, and there's some like waffling as in like, you know, I don't even know if I should like be friends with this person. Anyway, I just thought, let's do a dramatic breakup in the first chapter because that's fun. And I feel like it's kind of turning a trope on its head. I feel like often, especially lately, I've been reading romances where the heroine gets dumped in the beginning by like a really douchey guy, isn't looking for love, but she like finds love later. Anyway, I like this because the heroine is conflicted for a lot of reasons, which you'll find out if you read the book, as to this breakup. Like, she knows this guy isn't perfect for her, but also she's kind of being forced to break up with him. And so it's just juicy for a lot of reasons, and it's kind of fun and dramatic to start a book where the heroine's breaking up with the hero. Or I guess not the hero, because, you know, that's not who she's going to end up with. But yeah, I rewrote the first chapter and that felt really good. I'm not going to like rewrite all of the other chapters. There are some tweaks that need to be made, because there's obviously like references to the fact that, oh, I broke up with him 6 months ago, I'm over him. And I'm going to have to change that because she's not going to be 100% over him, and that's going to like add to the drama and intrigue. But she's back on her writing game, and I'm excited about it. I feel like I've put writing kind of on the back burner for a while, and I'm ready to kind of get back to it. One of my goals was that I wanted to publish a book before it was 30, or like on my 30th birthday. It just sounded perfect, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure that my birthday is on a Tuesday, which is like typical book release days when I turn 30, which is not this year but next November, so I have plenty of time. But yeah, I guess I just had an epiphany where I was like, if I don't set a deadline for myself and I don't set this as a priority in my life, it's never going to happen. Been wanting to write these books specifically since 2019, and so I am just making it happen. Like, not the most consistent, but I am trying to finish this book, the second book in the series. They're all standalones, by the way. I want to finish this book by the end of September, because I want to outline the first book in October and then use that first book for NaNoWriMo, like write the majority of it in November. Yeah, it just feels good to like be making progress towards a goal and to like prioritize something that at the moment is not for public consumption and isn't for anybody else. Like, this is just for me. And I like have been making jokes on Threads, which I'm on Threads if you're on Threads. I'm making jokes on Threads about the fact that like I read good books, but I write terrible ones. And you know what? At this moment, that is probably true, but I don't care. It's just fun to like indulge in creativity and like get to write something that I've always wanted to see, which is a deliciously angsty boyfriend's brother romance. And so, you know, I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. So I did just want to like, I guess, share that with you, because I feel like I have not shared super publicly what my books are about, or like kind of, you know, the vibe. And I feel like I'm still not sharing much of the vibe, mostly because, not that I feel like anyone's gonna like steal my ideas or anything, but, you know, some things I want to like keep to myself, and I don't want people to be like, wow, that's a lot, because it is. Like, there's a lot. It's a paranormal romance, it's also a college romance, it's also a sports romance, so there's a lot going on there. And I know like definitely this could never be a traditionally published book because of the kind of bullshit genre bending that I have been trying to do. So yeah, I hope to publish this next year in 2024 on like KU. So we'll see if it happens. So yeah, I've been writing. That's kind of like been taking up more of my time, and that's kind of why I have not been talking to y'all as much. But I do want to, I feel like I am just craving doing something fun this weekend. I feel like I want to take y'all with me to do something fun. I don't know what that will be. I'm just desperate to like get out of the house, because I feel like I've been stuck, especially in this bedroom with the kittens, for like over a week, and I'm going a little stir crazy. So maybe I can convince Hayden to like, I don't know, go to Fredericksburg with me or something, get some antiques. I don't know. I need to get out of this house. So I don't know how much reading is gonna get done in this here vlog, but I do think I want to get farther into Remarkably Bright Creatures, though I'm running a little bit behind on my follow-away vlog for Patreon, so it's like, what's gonna take precedence? That vlog. So in terms of reading, at least, if I read more about Octopussy, I'll let you know. All right, my friends, happy Saturday. Am I doing anything exciting today? No. Am I about to be fed pasta? I was gonna say pasta and lobster. Not lobster, y'all, just pasta. I said she's vlogging.
Oh, you're vlogging, okay.
Just a little bit. This is beautiful. Well, okay, the plating could use some work, but does she look delicious? He moistened a paper towel for us.
Well, you need to do that, you know.
Oh yeah, to like get the full effect.
Yeah.
Hayden said, no ugly plates on my channel.
Only if you're gonna talk shit about it, you know.
I wasn't gonna talk shit. There was just a noodle, like, you know, come and fly off of the plate. Okay, so tonight we're having basil pesto alfredo with crispy chicken, prosciutto, and parmesan. Ignore the greasy hair. Do you ever just have, okay, here's the thing. I thought I was being an adult when I decided that I was gonna have hair wash days, Thursdays and Sundays, right? I thought that I was being an adult when I decided that. It doesn't really work if you don't stick to it, and so I forgot to wash my hair on Thursday, and I was like, well, if I wash my hair on Friday, that's too close to Sunday. Long motherfucking story short, my hair is dirty, and it's gross, but I'm here, and I'm here to eat some pasta. I'll grab us forks.
Oh.
Because she's magnanimous and generous. And jot that down. I always forget to get him a fork. I always get myself a fork. I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, have I done anything productive today except for read books for my fall away series video? No, I haven't. But you know what? That's fine. We were productive today. Hayden got a haircut. Look at him. Look at that.
I look bad.
Look at that little cutie. You know, we did things. Went to the grocery store. By that I mean Hayden went in and I sat in the car. And now we get good food from it. Hey, hallelujah. I wish we were doing fun things today, but we're not really.
I wish we were doing fun things today, but we're not.
And it's not even like for me. It's for them. It's for them.
Okay.
Like I want to do fun things for them, and yet I am gonna try to finish the fall away vlog. I will finish it today, and then I will keep y'all posted if I pick up something else tonight. I'm in a reading mood. I've been reading a lot today, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, Hayden, do you want to tell the class about how your book's going?
My book?
Yeah. Tell them what you've been reading.
It's fantastic. I am almost done with book 2 of the Hyperion series, Hyperion Cantos. It is The Fall of Hyperion. Book 1 was incredible. Book 2 is somehow more incredible. Pepper,
you're ruining Daddy's speech.
But yeah, I'm like almost done with it. Yeah, it's one of the best books, or one of my favorite books, I guess, that I've read in a long time. Yeah, I'm not even trying to convince you to read it. I just said I think that if we were to do a kind of thing again where you were to read one of my book recommendations, I think the first book of this series would be like my new recommendation. Not because it's so like
far away from me.
Not because it's the best book that I've ever read or anything. It's just like one of the most interesting books that I've read in, all of them. Like I said before, the first book just has a bunch of different things going on with it that I think it would just be interesting to get your opinion on it, and I think that there's more of a chance that you would like parts of that book than something like The Expanse, where the whole thing is just one story.
We'll see. We'll see if it happens.
It's fantastic.
We gotta read Eve Brown first. So anyway.
Yeah, I already started reading that, so
I'm
just need to catch up.
I'm gonna eat when the getting's good, and the getting's good now. So see y'all later. Happy Sunday, my friends, from me and some of my merch. The rest of the merch samples came in this week. I think last week I showed y'all 2 things, and the rest of the 15 items showed up. I'm very happy with the way that things are looking. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know that I have like a little bit of a fixation on vanity license plates, and so that's what this is. It's like a riff on a vanity license plate, but I'm a romance reader. Anyway, I am here to kind of close off the vlog and or just like tell you things. Yesterday I was really busy and focused on finishing Bully, Rival, and Falling Away, so I didn't really get to vlog much for this video. I did show y'all our dinner last night though, and we also had a really good lunch today. It was a BLT pasta salad. I'll leave a link in the description because it was very, very good. Talk about some books, because I did this in the last vlog. Like I kind of wrapped up the vlog with my final thoughts on the books I was reading, and I liked that. I think I'm gonna make that like a thing for these vlogs. So I got further into Remarkably Bright Creatures, also into Spare. I was actually listening to Spare while I was cleaning today. I don't know, I feel pretty like neutrally about both of these books. I'm still not very far into either. I would say like maybe 30% into both. Remarkably Bright Creatures, I think I already kind of told you a little bit about what it is about, but it's about a woman who works at an aquarium, assuming forms some sort of relationship with an octopus who has like thoughts and feelings, and we also just got like a third point of view. I don't know whose point of view it is, but it's some guy named Cameron, I think. He's kind of a deadbeat, and he's trying to figure his life out, so I don't really know his relation to the story, but we're getting his POV. It's fine. I think this is supposed to be some like profound, again, like literary fiction thing, but I don't know that I find it to be profound. So like I haven't really been super excited to pick it up. I did pick it up first today, and then I just kind of set it aside and picked up Spare instead. So Spare is interesting. I feel like I don't know what the point of this is, and here's the thing about memoirs. I feel like they need to have some sort of like, I don't want to say vibe to them or like theme or message, but like let's think about I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. A lot of that story was kind of recounting her childhood abuse and how that sort of like shaped her childhood. Like the title of the story lets you know what it's going to be about. She tells you what it's going to be about. Obviously she could write a memoir in the future about like other things that happened to her or, sort of like her life since then, but she focused her memoir. This one I think maybe is supposed to be about Prince Harry and like him being a spare, maybe. But what I'm getting from this is sort of a mix of like him recounting the past, him recounting his relationship with his mother, and I'm sure that was really formative, especially since his mom died when he was pretty young. He doesn't feel very focused at this point, and I'm wondering if it's going to eventually like lead somewhere. I will say it's like written well, and I like the narration. He has a pleasant voice, but I'm not like blown away by this book. Didn't expect to be. I really probably wouldn't have picked this up on my own, not because I didn't want to listen to it, but because the wait at my library is like really long. I ended up buying this audiobook, so that's kind of my thoughts on those two. I know, what illuminating and exciting things to end off the vlog. For the rest of the night, for the rest of Sunday, I think I am going to take it easy. I'm cleaning my sheets, obviously. I am doing some laundry before my trip to Disney. That's what the next vlog is going to be, by the way. Prepping for Disney and just, I don't know, showing you what I'm packing. I love packing videos and like seeing what people are putting together for various things. And one of the vlog days is going to be a travel day. I'm going to Houston Thursday, and I'm also vlogging that day. So come hang out with me. I'll show you some of my parents' cats, I guess. Some of my parents' cats, as if they have more than two. So that should be fun. But anyway, for the rest of today, if you're curious what I am doing, Hayden and I are going to, I think, watch the first Indiana Jones movie. We were maybe going to go see a movie, but nothing sounded good. We saw that there's a new Indiana Jones movie, and I was like, maybe we should just like watch all of the ones that are out and then go see that. I think that's what we're doing tonight, and we're gonna have some dinner, not sure what yet, but something good. I did like pick out all of the recipes for the week ahead for like the days I'm gonna be here next week. I'm excited to eat those meals. And before I do that, I will be writing. I'm so excited to write. I feel like I have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off all day, like just trying to get stuff done, like frantically get vlogs edited. And now I can just sit down and focus on what I'm excited about, which is writing. I'm so glad you got to spend this week with me. Thank you for sticking around for this whole thing if you did. I love you all so, so much. And until next time.